Hello, friends. Welcome back to English Classes Online. My name is Benjamin. In today's video, we are going to look at the three persons of the pronoun and how to use them correctly. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video goes live on this channel, you'll be notified instantly. I have a free gift for you, a downloadable PDF file which gives a detailed explanation of the basic units of English grammar. If you are interested in that, simply click on the link in the description box and you will be able to download the free PDF. You will also find my ebook on English. Of course, the title is Good Success in English. It is a complete study package for effective English learning. If you are desirous of gaining proficiency in the use of English, certainly you need to grab a copy of that ebook. If you are interested in it, simply click on the link in the description box and you will grab your own copy of the ebook. Good Success in English is a great ally to all English learners. Having said this, let's dive into the lesson right away. Now let's begin with the lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to, 1, explain the meaning of personal pronouns, 2, list and explain with examples the three persons of the pronoun, 3, list and explain with examples the three different forms that these personal pronouns take, and 4, use personal pronouns in meaningful English sentences. Now let's begin to look at them one by one. What are personal pronouns, or what is a personal pronoun? Well, a personal pronoun is a word that is used to replace a person or thing in a sentence. For example, if you say Williams is an author, you can replace the noun Williams with a pronoun he. So instead of saying Williams is an author, you can say he is an author. So the noun Williams is replaced with the pronoun he. That is one simple example of looking at the personal pronoun. It is the kind of pronoun you can use to replace the name of a person or the name of something else, all right? Then you have other personal pronouns: I, you, she, it, we, they, me, him, her, us, them. Okay? Now let's look at the three persons of the pronoun. The personal pronouns are divided. The first one is called the first person pronoun, and this refers to the person who is speaking. As you listen to me now, if I want to talk about the speaker, I or me, I can say, well, in this lesson, I am going to show you, all right? I am going to show you. So the speaker uses the first person pronoun, I or me. Of course, you have the possessive form, mine, all right? Then the plural form, when you are referring to, when the speaker is referring to himself or herself along with some other persons, then the plural form is used, which is either we or us, depending on the form it takes in a sentence. The second person of the pronoun is the second person pronoun. And this refers to the person being spoken to. as you listen to this lecture, I refer to the person listening as you. You know, when I want to address the viewers, I say you, all right? I say, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. If you, so when you are talking to someone, you refer to the person as you. And that is both the singular and the plural form as well. Then we have the third person pronoun. And this refers to the person or thing being spoken about or being talked about. The singular forms are he, she, him, her, and it, while the plural forms are they and them. All right? Now, let's look at the different forms and uses of the personal pronouns. The three personal pronouns usually take different forms according to their use, according to how they are used in a sentence. You can use them either as subjective, objective, or possessive. So you have the subjective, objective, and possessive forms of these personal pronouns. And so you can look at them here at a glance. Now, the singular forms, you have the first person subjective I, first person objective me, first person possessive mine. Then the second person subjective you, the second person objective you, and the possessive yours. The third person subjective forms are he, she, and it. Then the objective forms are him, her, and it, while the possessive forms are his, hers, and its. Then we have the plural form. The first person subjective plural, all right, is we. The first person objective plural is us, and the first person possessive plural is ours. Then the second person subjective plural is you, objective plural is you, and possessive plural is yours, all right? Then the third person subjective plural is they, while the objective plural is them, and the possessive plural are theirs, all right? So that is exactly the way it is. Okay, so let's make some adjustments here, all right? So we can see here the third person possessive plural is theirs, all right? So let me highlight this so you can see it quite clearly. Okay, so the third person subjective plural is they, the third person objective plural is them, and the third person possessive plural is theirs, all right? Now, let's look at these two basic forms of the personal pronoun, subjective and objective. Let's look at how they are used specifically in sentences, all right? We have treated possessive forms in a different lesson. We devoted a particular lesson to the possessive forms. So let's look at the difference between the subjective and the objective pronouns, how we use them. Now, the subjective pronoun is used as the subject of a sentence, all right? While the objective pronoun is used as an object in a sentence. Let's look at their specific examples. You look at I, which is, one of the subjective pronouns. I sent her a letter. The subject is the doer of an action in a sentence. I sent her a letter. Who sent her a letter? I. All right. So the subjective pronoun is used to, occupy the subject position. And that is the position of the doer of an action or the person being talked about in a sentence. All right. So I sent her a letter. Then the objective pronoun always occupies the object position, and the object is the receiver of the action in a sentence. So she sent me a letter, all right? Me. So here, me is the receiver. Here, I is the sender. I sent her a letter. She sent me a letter. Or, she sent me a letter. So when you talk of me, the objective form, this is the receiver of the letter sent, sent by the sender, all right? But here, I is the sender. So you can see the difference between the subjective and the objective pronoun. Then let's look at another example. He as the subjective pronoun, he received a gift. So here, he received a gift, he. So he here is the subject, okay? A gift was given to him, all right? To him. So you can see the difference between he and him. Then the next example is we agreed with them. We agreed with them. And then they agreed with us. You see, us. Us is the receiver here, is the object. Then let's look at she. She sent dad a letter. She is used as the subject of the sentence, who is the doer of the action. She's the sender of the letter. She sent dad a letter. But here, we are looking at her. Dad sent her a reply. Here, she's the receiver of the reply. So when you look at the objective form of the pronoun, it is always used when you place that in the position of the receiver, all right? Then let's look at they and them. They met us there. They met us there. This is the subject. Then them, we met them there. Met them there, okay? So this is how to use the subjective form and how to use the objective form. So we have looked at the differences. Then let's look at the pronoun you. You must have observed that it doesn't change in its form. You remains you, whether objective or subjective, whether singular or plural, you remains you. So let's look at this in terms of the subjective and objective. You received a prize. So you is a subject here. A prize was given to you. You is the object. So you is always the same as in terms of spelling when used as a subject and when used as an object. Okay, another example, you sent me a letter. You sent me a letter. I sent you a reply. You. Then the next example, you visited grandma. She welcomed you joyfully. Joyfully. So the point here is that you remains unchanged. You just have to be, you have to use it whether in the subject or object position, and also whether it is singular or plural. Now let's look at some common mistakes that people make when using subjects and objects. All right. Many people often use the wrong form of the pronoun, especially when there are two subjects or objects linked together with and. Now let's look at those examples. Mark and me are good friends. This is wrong. This is one of the mistakes. Now, Mark and me, you cannot use me as a subject. So because this is a subject, the correct form to use is I. Mark and I are good friends. That's correct because I is a subject. Me is an object. So whenever you want a pronoun to use as a subject, you look for the subjective form, all right, which is I. But when you are looking for the one to use as an object, you look for the objective form, which is me. So take note of the subject and the object, and know exactly which form of the personal pronoun to use. You use the subjective form for subjects to be the subject of a sentence. Then you use the objective form to be the object, all right, in a sentence. Now let's look at another example. Dad gave Rose and I some money. This is wrong, and you often hear people saying that. Dad gave Rose and I, gave my sister and I, you know. That is wrong, for God's sake, because here you are using I in an object position, and that makes it wrong because I is essentially a subject, you know, a subjective form, and cannot be used in the object position. So now the correct thing is to say, Dad gave Rose and me some money. Now, if you look at the first example, all you need to do is to remove Rose and then it will be obvious that it is wrong, because you cannot say Dad gave I some money. Can you say that? No. But you are confused because we have put Rose and then you just put I there. A lot of people make the mistake. Dad gave Rose and I some money. It is wrong because I cannot function as an object in a sentence. So the correct thing is Dad gave Rose and me some money, because if you remove Rose and, what you have is Dad gave me some money, which is absolutely correct because me is the objective form and can be used as an object in a sentence. Let's look at another example. He will share the money between you and I. Again, this is wrong. Again, you hear a lot of people saying, between you and I am ready to take up that assignment. Between you and I is wrong, because you cannot use I as the object in a sentence. So between you and I, all right, it's wrong, okay? But you can say he will share the money between you and me. This is correct because me is the objective form and me is the receiver between you and me. You know, you cannot say, you know, you gave I some money, no, or you gave me. So when you use a preposition, it is only the object that comes after a preposition. You cannot say between you and I. Between is a preposition, yet you can say between you and me. Just as you use the preposition to, you cannot say he gave some money to I. No, because a subjective pronoun cannot come after a preposition. You cannot say to he or to she. No, you can only say to him or to her You cannot say to I, you can say to me. He gave the letter to me, not to I, all right? So this is where we draw the curtain on today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, like the video and share it with your friends and relations. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on the channel, you will be notified instantly.
Thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you